Hey Gemini, welcome back to my channel. This will be your monthly reading, and you can consider it messages from the universe or from spirit, things that you need to know, things that you need to hear, or things that could be helpful for you for the upcoming month. So I do hope everyone has been well. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and I do hope it's going to give you some sort of clarity or insight into your current situation, Gemini. So this can be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's have a look and see what's coming up for you, Geminis. Okay, you've got the Knight of Wands, the Moon, Four of Pentacles, and Seven of Swords. Okay, now the only sign that has come up for you is the Moon, which is Cancer. So I don't know if there's a Cancer who's going to be returning to you, a Cancer sibling, a Cancer lover, a Cancer ex, a Cancer colleague, someone that's going to be quite important to you, or there's a lot of mothering and caring and nurturing that's coming up around you. I feel like your damage control. I feel like there's a lot of damage control coming up, and the reason I say that is because the Seven of Swords is here, Gemini. I don't know if this has been you and you've hurt someone. I don't know if this is a fellow air sign who's hurt or deceived you, but deception has come up here with the Seven of Swords, and you can see this figure literally taking the swords and evacuating. So transgressions, loyalties, things that have fallen out, words, painful lies, deception. Deception is coming back, and you're going to have to fix it here, Gemini. You're still reliving this potentially. Okay, the Moon can also be anxiety, anxiousness, uncertainty. You might be reliving a situation, something that you've done. I think it's more you. Because the Four of Pentacles is also here, which makes me believe you've sort of taken a step back from things because you know what you've done is wrong, or you don't want to make the situation worse here, Gemini. So as a result, you've sort of isolated yourself. The Moon is darkness. It can be the subconscious mind. It can be anxiety. You've got, this endless ocean here, water, which represents something that's quite emotional. So I think for a lot of you Geminis, there's some sort of situation here that you are unsure about or anxious about, or deception is coming back around. And I say damage control because the Moon is it's an energy of security. It's an energy of tenderness. And it follows, I think, what's happened here with the Seven of Swords, regardless if this was you or if you were not at fault or you were. I feel like that's coming back around. If it's you that's reaching out to someone to sort of fix things, like a friend or a lover or an ex, you might notice that they're closed off in the situation. It can be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, the Four of Pentacles. You can see this figure here, and he sits on the pentacle. He doesn't look like he's about to move, so there's stubbornness. You're going to see a lot of stubbornness or closed off energy, closed off body language, a lack of response, no response, or a very limited response here, Gemini. So you need to understand why this person is or this whatever this is closing itself off to you. They could be fearful, or they could be scared of what's happened. They may not want to go through it again. Maybe this is their way of protecting themselves, Gemini. That's absolutely possible. But he greedily hoards the pentacles. It could even be selfishness. You might see a bit of this. And again, taking what isn't theirs, or you taking something that isn't yours. It's a lot of take is what I'm seeing here, Gemini. So just be mindful that's not happening around you. The Knight of Wands is a very demanding figure, and he has come up here, the energy of which you can see the Knight of Wands. He's actually caught up in something here. So in this particular imagery, it leads me to believe you're caught up in a situation and potentially struggling to get through it, because you can see he's in a bit of a struggle here. Okay, he's caught up in this light or flames of wires, whatever it is they look like here through the imagery. But he's caught up in a situation. It almost feels this energy's stuck or confined or restricted, but it's a bit of a struggle, Gemini. So I don't know if this is you in encountering the struggle. I feel it's more an emotional struggle because the moon card is here. It can also be anything to do with female relationships, with your mother, for example, with siblings, with females. A situation that hits close to home here, Gemini, could be coming up around. I think you want to hear the words, everything is going to be okay. I think you're hopeful that this damage control can fix the situation. You know, you've been in a dark space. I think there's a lot of dreams and subconscious activity that's happening around you in April. You might get some sort of premonition of how a situation will pan out, how a circumstance will pan out, how someone's response will be. You might dream about what you're wanting to achieve. But I do feel like someone is trying to stay protective, either over you or protective against you. So I don't know what this Seven of Swords is. I don't know if that's yet to happen now, Gemini. Hasn't been easy, but you've been living through that. Okay, hasn't been very simple. It hasn't been an easy task for you at all, because you're so, you're struggling. Could be a fire sign struggling over you, an Aries, a Sagittarius, or Leo. And if this isn't you trying to damage control, then it's someone else trying to do damage control with you. You know, the Knight of Wands says to me they're not going about it the right way, or they feel very stuck, or it could be someone that's making a situation worse. I don't know if it's you, Gems, if it's someone you're dealing with, perhaps. It could be that someone feels like you've taken something from them, you've deceived them, or you've lied to them, and it's made them be super protective. And that protection is further evidenced through the boat that's in this card here. It's, the boat is protection. It's layers. It's layers of protection. It's putting up a fight. It's some sort of defense mechanism, Gemini, that's coming up, whether it's you that's exhibiting this sort of behavior or someone you're dealing with. It could also be ideas or concepts or things that are taken without your awareness. So someone might copy your idea. Seven of Swords isn't a very ethical way of doing things. And if it's in the workplace, for example, it could be someone who feels very stuck or confined or restricted in their current circumstances. And they might be, driven by greed, driven by ambition to take something from you. It could even be things like taking credit. It could even be theft. But it could definitely revolve around the creative realm. The moon can be creativity, creative pursuits. So writing an idea, a YouTube tutorial, someone could take your ideas here and replicate them as their own. Because the Knight of Wands can breed a bit of competition, but he's not in a place to do much. I don't know if they'll get very far after they will take your idea or take something from you. I think it's not going to sit well with them because, as I said, yes, it is an unethical move, but I also feel like karma is going to come back around. It always comes back around. I also feel like you're going to be drawn to something because the moon has such a strong magnetic pull, such a strong orbit, is so influential. It's either you're going to be drawn to something, it's going to be drawn to you, and it could very well revolve around the past or something that's, nostalgic or sentimental to you. So I wouldn't be surprised if the past comes back, like a past Cancer, for example, comes back and you have an opportunity to do some damage control, to rectify things that went a little bit haywire here. That could be applicable for you, absolutely. Please stay safe, everyone, and hopefully we shall be in touch very, very soon. So take care and bye for now.